Okay, so the pricing thing, it's like kind of big. So I'm going to switch over to the discussion about the pricing because it's a real thing. The pricing when it comes to getting your hair retightened is a serious piece because I would venture to say well over 50% of the people with this beautiful, intricately locked hairstyle depend on other people to maintain the hair. Pause. So when you depend on other people to maintain the hair, it's just that.
Are you tired of struggling with hair growth and thinning strands? Release the magic in your locks and tresses with I Am Melanin Magic Hair Oils. Our premium blend of all natural ingredients strengthens, restores, and revitalizes your hair for maximum health and growth. Don't let thinning hair
straightened hair.
Upgrade your hair care game today.
So are you.
I Am Melanin Magic Hair Oil.
A lady friend of mine called me yesterday. She's from the channel. She's a loctician. Shout out to all of you all who reach out. I know we are all busy. We don't have a chance to talk that much. But she and I talk infrequently, but when we do, we talk way too long. But anyway, she is, I like to call her a network hub. She is someone who always keeps me abreast and abreast of what is going on out here in these lock streets or whatever, because I never know what's going on. You know, I try to keep my head buried. I don't care what's going on. I try not to engage a lot of stuff. But she will tell me about different things. She'll give me things to kind of look into and make suggestions. So she's a pure spirit. She has a good heart, and I like her a lot. So when she reaches out, I definitely make sure I nurture that relationship. And she called me yesterday, and she was giving me the scoop, and we were laughing about some stuff. And I was doing my best to try to remain detached. We were laughing, but we settled on this issue of pricing, right? We were talking about the pricing because that's real for those of you who are considering Sisterlocks and Microlocks. By the way, she mentioned a convention or something that Dr. Cornwell was at, along with a few other key people. I think she said she was going to send me the link. I don't know if I got the link, but I wouldn't be able to watch it right now anyway. I have so much on my plate. But she mentioned that, and she mentioned some other things, and then we settled in on pricing and some things she was hipping me to before we got off. And so anyway, I want to welcome you to the channel. I want to say hello to you. I want to say blessed, happy, amazing new year. I hope that the divine light, that your intuition, which is really your Holy Spirit, shines the light of awareness on any and everything that you need in order to make this the absolute best year possible for you. Great things abound, great things abound, great things abound. You're dependent on someone else to maintain your hair, right? Which means you need the assistance of someone else. You are dependent upon them. You can also become enslaved to them. But we have a huge marketplace and you have a lot of options. So that is less the reality, because it has to be the reality. It's more the reality for a lot of people because they may have marginalized their own choices based on their own thinking. I understand a lot of people don't want to have their hands in their hair. Okay, I've had my hands in my hair since I was 5. I did other people's hair in college. I worked at my aunt's shop in Philadelphia. Rest in peace, my Aunt Marie, who was my dad's favorite sister. They used to talk every day. She just passed away a couple of weeks ago. She went into the hospital the same day my dad passed away. I'm so grateful that I recorded our last 3 conversations. She was a very, I'm going to call her religious, holy woman of God. And so we had a very powerful conversation, 3 of them, prior to her passing on. And but her shop was Lola's Looking Glass. And I believe Aunt Marie had that shop in Philadelphia probably for over 30 years. Longer than that, because she was pushing 80 when she checked out. So she probably had that shop for over 40 or so years. I know I'm 53. And when I was working in there, I was in college. So that was, let's say I was 18, right? I'm 53 now. So you're talking about 30 something years. You're talking about, let me do the math. Let me show you all my math skills. I'm not teaching algebra anymore as a tutor, so I'm kind of rusty. So I was 18, let's say I was 18 And I'm 53 now. 53 minus 18 is what? 35? 53, 18, 35. Yeah, 35. So well over 40 years, because she had that shop when I was a kid. Okay, probably 50 years. Bottom line is, there are a lot of reasons why you may feel that. I've been doing my hair for all those years, so it was nothing for me to start taking over some parts of my retightenings, even when I was still going to Efrage. It was nothing for me to do that. My hands have always been in my hair. It was nothing for me to shift over to knotted locks and then find a better way to do it, because my hands have been in my hair all my life. I wasn't afraid to do it, even though I hit a lot of snags and lost a significant amount of hair when I consider what I dealt with during the time that I had Sisterlocks. It's a no thing to me, because I'm confident hair is in my DNA and I know where I'm going. So it's nothing for me to take on doing my own hair. But even I wouldn't have wanted to do my own retightenings over a long period of time, especially not with the Sisterlocks or Microlocks, because it's just, for me, it was too many ways of making it to have errors. You guys know I'm interlocking the front of my hair now due to some trauma I experienced. Older videos talk about that. So I'm interlocking the front temporarily. I probably will do it for the next 6 months until I move past some of the challenges that were just obscene. But even in just that little few number of locks, I married a lock. I married a lock that I had to spend countless hours trying to get out. And it's just not like that. With the knots, it's just so much easier, but you have a whole nother set of risks with the knots that you need to understand, very thoroughly, not haphazardly if you decide to make that decision. But the point that I'm making is, everybody doesn't feel like they have options, and everybody is not necessarily secure in that. And so some of us have to have other people that we rely on, and there's nothing wrong with that. Some people don't even like to have their hands in their hair. And what I would ask you is, with such an intimate part of yourself, what has created the aversion that you have for doing your own hair beyond, this is the exception, well, not the exception, beyond the fact that you just don't have the time and you don't want to do it? Because doing your own hair is like lotioning your feet. It's like rubbing baby oil on your body. It's like taking the time to floss your teeth. It requires time, but it's a way of loving on you. Okay, this hair thing is a spiritual journey. Okay, it really, really is. And for those of you who want more information about my 500-page lock journey, Chronicles of Hair Growth and Personal Evolution, planning, tracking, comprehensive, it goes on and on and on and on. This is more of a workbook tied to your hair, tied to locks in particular. Check me out on the I Am Melanin Magic website. It is on Amazon, but you get a better price, and I'm packaging it with some bundling it with some surprises if you get it on the site. But anyway, it's a time to sit with the beauty that is you. This is your crown. This is your connection to the divine, right? This is huge. The vibration of this is a lot different than the vibration in your root chakra or your sacral chakra or your genitalia area or your legs or your extremities. This is a divine, all of it's divine, but this is a rapidly vibrating area. This is where you get your divine light. This is where you get your epiphanies. This is where you connect with the divine. This is where the real stuff happens, okay? And so taking the time consciously, meaning like if I was being conscious, I would be massaging my hair. I would be visualizing the rejuvenation of certain locks in my head. I would be blessing my hair and thanking God for the beauty that is me. I would be using that time really to connect on a deeper level with a part of myself that I need to connect with. So if that is something that you have an aversion to, you might want to consider that, because then you may think, when's the last time you actually massaged your feet and rubbed them down rather than having someone else do it? When is the last time that you touched on your body and held the space and talked to your cells? Studies show our cells eavesdrop on us. They respond to everything that we do, every experience that we engage, everything that is us. Okay, this body is more than when the divine said this is a temple. It's a temple. And if you know what a temple is, wait a minute, oh my goodness, wrong thing. And if you know what a temple is, then you know, I'm going in with the cucumber kiwi. Okay, very healthy. It's got not only Ayurvedic, okay, medicinal properties, but also some of the heavy hitters that we are all so familiar with. It is divine. My hair is in need of quite a bit these days. I've had quite a bit going on that I'm paying for as a result of decisions that I made. But I'm rehabbing. And I believe every experience is a good experience. I don't care what you think the human outcome is. There's a greater plan always working in the background. And it ain't always your plan. But these prices are serious business. And if you have locks or you're considering getting locks, or you are trying to maintain your locks, or you are having trouble finding a resource, a great loctician that you can rely on to help you with your hair, these are very real things you're going to want to consider because the prices are going up. And although you may still have access to many excellent locticians and trainees and people who can just do your hair, because for me, I don't care about the name of something. I could give a darn about that. I could care less. As far as I'm concerned, it doesn't matter, okay? It doesn't matter. What matters is how you look, how you feel, and your level of satisfaction. I don't care what somebody calls it. You know better because you have so-called Sisterlocks than you are if you have Microlocks, and so forth and so on. Do you have your locks, the locks that make you happy? That's the only doggone thing I'm concerned about. Are you happy with where you are and what you're doing? But when you have to pay, of course you need to be happy. But when you're having to pay and you having to pay out the wazoo and you paying upwards of $100 an hour for retightening, you need to consider, is that going to be long term? And you need to also make sure that whoever it is you're paying that to, that you're getting the quality of service that you deserve. Because the last time I checked, and I know this is happening in a lot of areas, even your landscaping people now want over $100 an hour. And I'm way out here in the middle of nowhere. In the middle of nowhere. I'm not paying that. But that's a lot. And depending upon how often you're going to be asked to come in, some of these same people will have you to come in every 4 to 6 weeks at that rate. You need to ask yourself what you are yoking with. And down the road, is it going to be beneficial to you? And is it even sustainable? And then you got to ask yourself, does that align with your priorities? Nowhere anywhere on this planet are you going to ever see Tunisia Ali paying, well, let me stop. I was going to pay $225 for that lady to do a weave in my hair way back. Because I used to do my own weaves for a long time, but I stopped and I was doing my individuals. And then I decided to leave them in too long and then decided to wash it instead of detangling it. Rushing. It matted all the way to my head like this. And I needed somebody to comb it out. I was going to pay $225. And then on my way there, I said to myself, you get ready to pay somebody $225 to sew somebody else's hair in your hair. And for some reason, in that moment, because of my destiny and where I was in my evolutionary path, ain't got nothing to do with what you're doing. If you want to get a weave, get a weave. It's beautiful. It's going to make you feel good. I'm talking about me. You worry about you, I'm going to worry about me. Somewhere in my evolutionary path, I was like, and I repeated that a few times. I said, you can pay somebody else $225. And this was what, 30 years ago? Something like that. To sew somebody else's hair in your hair. And all of a sudden, it seemed like an epiphany, crown chakra, light dawned upon me. And I was like, that's obscene. And I went across the street from that same shop and got my hair cut, and I had a Meg Ryan hair where I could just get up in the morning and do like this. And I absolutely loved it. Gosh, I loved it. But I can't justify paying that. I'm upset because, I haven't been getting my nails done for a long time. I stopped that addiction because it was tearing my nails up. It wasn't satisfied with the service that I was getting and all these other things, but I would still get the gel on my feet. But the last time I paid $68 for that, I was feeling a little bit like, really? Like back in the day, it was $25, $35. You're going to charge me an extra $25, $30 just for the gel? Because I don't have to come back as frequently now. So now you're going to charge me more. So I was just like, okay, whatever. I don't want to do my own feet. I did a couple weekends ago, but I don't want to do my own feet. That probably will be the last time. So you just got to ask yourself where your priorities are. And you need to rank them, because I would wager that a significant amount of people that are paying $300, $400 and up for a retightening, something that is taking their loctician in the worst cases, I'm going to say the worst cases, because it is a worst case to me, because they're rushing. In an hour and a half, 2 hours, they're rushing through your head. And those are the things I talk about in that ebook, that right now, everybody's all happy, kiki, everybody's having a good time until somebody gets hurt. Until you start experiencing the consequences, the retribution, and the outcome of faulty decisions. Things that at the time that you were making them, they didn't seem like a big problem. But as time goes on, they will become a problem for the vast majority. Not everybody, but the vast majority of people. It will eventually become a problem. And trust me, my hair is strong as daggone copper wire, okay? But you will pay the price. At some point in this journey, you will pay the price. Most of you, if you don't make a better decision. So, like I said, are you putting away for a rainy day? Are you, financially stable? Are you debt-free? Do you have investments, whether you own a home or not? That's almost like, okay, do you own multiple homes? Do you have rental property? Are you set for life? Are you taking care of your parents financially and making sure that you are the comfort of their eyes? Are your children getting what they need from you? What is it that you're chasing that makes it okay for you to be okay with getting a $300, $400, $500 retightening when you could get one for a lot cheaper and get the same quality and sometimes even better? I am. I was going to say I'm not trying to offend anybody. This will offend some people. So be it. I don't care. It will offend some people. That's unfortunate, because what I'm asking you to consider now, there are extreme cases where there's someone that has a certain level of knowledge and expertise, and you want that person's hands on your hair. Okay. For example, I may get a coach at this level. I may get a coach at this level. I may get a coach at that level. But what I'm saying is, don't knock the contribution that lesser, quote unquote, worldly endowed people may be able to provide, because you're chasing something that really is out of range for you, or that could put you in a financial difficulty. What you want to look for ultimately before you're concerned with price, obviously, is the quality of the individual, credibility, professionalism, skill level, and interpersonal skills, and the way that they relate to their clients. That's more important than anything, than the money. But if you're paying that kind of money, make sure that you are getting the value that you deserve, because if you are not, you're going to feel some kind of way at some point in your journey. You're going to feel either taken advantage of, slighted, or you're going to come to realize, wow, I didn't have to be paying all that. What I'm going to suggest to you is that you take a retightening class or relocking class, or whatever the kind of class is you want to call it. All right. And that it can even be called a righteous hair class if you're interested in nodding, just look in the description. But I suggest that you take a class that is going to show you how to maintain your own hair. You'll be better long term if you have to end up maintaining it, but it will also give you a comfort in uncertain times. If you end up in a situation where you can't get to your loctician, or something happens to you, you can still get your needs met, and you don't have to become frantic and hysterical, because that can happen when you have Sisterlocks or Microlocks. A great deal of people do become dependent on someone else. And in your becoming dependent on someone else, if something happens and you can't coordinate a schedule, or you don't have a backup loctician, you can feel frantic, because you're not in the space of expecting to have to do it on your own. So my advice to you is to come up with a plan and make it a good plan. Make it a good plan. Stay tuned or look for shorts and the community tab for more information about the beautiful, amazing, comprehensive, transformative lock journey journal tracker and planner. It has lock tips in it. It has loctician assessments and evaluations. Y'all know where I come from. When I give it to you, I give it to you. I don't just sprinkle little things for you and try to hide it behind some kind of paywall. I'm going to tell you what it is that you are getting. It is for anyone, no matter where you are in the journey. You could have had, for me, I plan on going through parts of it. It has portfolio pages, places for you to put your dream styles, space for you to put your styles. You celebrate your Locversaries, your timelines. It's got your financial planning as it relates to hair. It's got calendars. It's got the whole back part, which is my favorite part, is over 100 pages of reflection and journal prompts that help you see the relationship between your hair and how you treat yourself and how you see yourself in the world, dealing with everything from self-concept, self-esteem, nourishing yourself, to personal identity and transformation, the story behind our strands and as it relates to the society in which we live, the story and the historical context behind our need and the push to reclaim ourselves as a standard of beauty and to be proud of the kink that is in our hair. The journal is very comprehensive, and like I said, it's very transformational. It is on Amazon. All you got to do is look up my name. Okay, you can get it that way a little bit faster. You're going to pay 10 extra bucks for it, but you can get it that way a little bit faster. I don't know if they are selling it with free shipping or not. I have to take a look at it. But you can also get it from me, and I'm throwing in a few extras, which I will unveil when I do the formal unveiling of the Loc journal. But it is gorgeous. I'm very proud of the work that I did. It is very thorough, and it's the first of many tools that I will be providing for you. The Tunisia Ali way, the I Am Melanin Magic, and So Are You brand. Yes, I am Melanin Magic, and so are you. I love you all. I want to thank you for your support. If you're paying out the wazoo for your services, you need to maybe decide if it's something you can maintain long term, or you need to decide if it's something you can learn how to do on your own. Love you, love you, love you. I hope that y'all are having a beautiful, peaceful, and productive day. I hope that you are feeling good about life. I hope that you have lived in a certain way that allows you to rest peacefully. I hope that you have lived in your truth. I hope that you have lived or are living in your purpose. You're all in your purpose, even though you may not realize it. You're just constantly evolving. I hope that you are open to the way that spiritual revelation comes into your life. I hope that you're nurturing a relationship with whatever the divine is in your life. I hope that you are cultivating the kinds of friendships, love relationships, familial relationships, and workplace scenarios that feed you, that give to you, that don't just take from you. I hope that you are using 2024 as a contrast to show you the things that you need to move away from and the things that you don't want to take forward with you into this next season of your life, or that you're using it as a point of reflection to say, wow, this went great, this went great, this went great. I want more of that in my life, so I'm going to do more of what I did in 2025. But just never forget how precious life is. Life is beautiful. Life is precious, and life is a gift, and life is very short. It is so short, with all of the death that I have experienced around me. And by the way, my stepdad is in hospice. With all of the death that I have experienced around me, it has you a little more pensive and reflective about a whole lot of things. And this life goes by so fast. I am 53. And I don't feel a day over, well, in terms of my consciousness and evolution, I feel like 53. The wisdom is paying off. But I really don't feel a day over 25, but I'm 53. And I'm at a point in my life where I'm at kind of what some would say the middle area, okay? I'm embracing it because I believe in agelessness, and agelessness is a state of mind. And the way you look is dependent upon how you're living your life. If you live in a life of stress, if you're doing ugly things to people, if you're mirrored or marred in envy, conceit, backlash, defamation of character, if you're being dishonest, if you're not straightforward, if you're not transparent, all of those things that people do, those are low vibrational states. If you're living in fear, if you're busy criticizing other people, if you feel bored, if you're not on track with your life, if you're not prospering, if you're not living abundantly, then that's a reflection of where you are in your consciousness. And it just simply means something needs to change. But how you look outwardly is determined by an internal blueprint. So if you're not liking the way you are looking in any area of your life, change the way you think about it, shift your vibration, and shift into a new paradigm that allows you to do the things and be the person that do the things that you want to do and be the person that you came here to this planet to be in the way that you want to be that person. Okay, nothing is static. We're always growing and changing. You hit a heavy period of stress, you might look like you're 60. And then 5 years from there, you start working on yourself. You start doing the vibrational work, the physical work, the dietary work, the psychological stuff that goes along with it. You may find yourself looking like you're 45. So we can shift the way we look. We can shift the things that we do. That is the beauty of this body being our temple. That is the beauty of us really being concentrated, energetic beings. That nothing is final. We're constantly changing and our energies are constantly in flux. I love you. If you haven't purchased my Manifesting Your Masterpiece book, make sure you get it on Amazon. It is the book that will allow you to gain clarity, up-level your mindset, clear and heal energetic blockages so that you can manifest the glory of the divine that is you. I have 3 Reiki books that are getting ready to be up there. I've had these manuals. I've created them over the years. There's no point in me still giving out packages when I have my classes. I need to go ahead and publish those books, and there are a litany of other new books and materials that are coming out that are the reflection of the work that I have been doing for the last 30 years of my life. And a lot of that stuff can be beneficial if you vibe with me over on the other channel. And the channel I'm talking about in this case is Spiritually Initiated and Crowned. That's not the only other channel I have, but if you vibe with me on that channel, come on over there. We're doing all types of work that will help you to gain clarity into your life, to heal emotional and energetic boundaries so that you can move in the energy that is your destiny, that is your divine birthright, the energy that you were created to be in. Okay, so that you can show a level of gratitude to the Creator for all of the multitude of blessings that you are swimming in every day. I love you again. Appreciate all of you goats out there, and my OGs. Have a beautiful rest of your day. This is the 2024 update of the lovely Sheila, who has been using the suite of products from the I Am Melanin Magic brand since our debut almost 3 years ago. Her hair looks marvelous.